Grand Rising, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This is Lighthouse, where we light the way. My name is Light, and I'd like to thank my A-team and the Divine, excuse me, for allowing me to be a crystal clear channel. If you find this message, it was meant for you. I'm going to ring the bell. I hope everybody is well. Today is Saturday, May 17th, 2025. The time is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so this is a Hello from Heaven reading. I haven't done one in a while. As I was explaining in the last few videos, I tried to do Heller, they said Helen Keller. I tried to do a Hello from Heaven reading a couple of weeks ago, a few days ago. And they showed me about 10 days ago or so. 10 to 14 days ago is significant, or 10 to 14 days, or 10 to 14 as an age group, or 10 to 14 as a date. They're telling me you might want to go back to the Hello from Heaven. I know I fucked up reading. I don't think it has anything to do with this, but you know, it might. I don't know. I don't know everything, you know. So I have some notes. All right, collection or collect calls might be significant. They show me there's no such thing as death, upside down. Transmutation is out here. Archangel Zadkiel, transmutation, mercy, violet flame. Courage. Now they're showing me this. Purple is significant. Purple represents the violet flame, and it represents the seventh chakra. 7 C's. C7 might be significant. Cervical vertebra. I find the inner strength of they said vices. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And they're showing me depression. And as a matter of fact, when I got depression, I got that this was during the depression. And then they're telling me like 1944, World War II. During the depression, somebody lost a sister. That was a question in my mind. There was a question in my mind, but it came out as a statement, as if I wasn't asking questions. I knew. So they tell me that's what came out just now. So transmutation, mercy. They said Mercy Hospital. Speak up. Okay. They're showing me grateful. Somebody's grateful that I'm speaking up. Okay. Mercy Hospital might be significant, or the name Mercy in it. Mercy as, they said Mercy Hospital Systems, or, what was the name? Seattle might be significant. They said Seattle Gray's Anatomy. But they said Grace Anatomy. Grace as a brand. Collect calls from a payphone may be significant. They said PayPal or PenPal. Rush card. I said I haven't heard that in a while. Chris Angel Magic is here with a question mark. Did this person say a lot? Because throughout the reading, that's all I've been saying. I was shuffling. They said Pringles might be significant. Back in the day, the cheddar cheese, I think they call it cheddar cheese now, but they used to be called cheese ums. So that is not on the notes. That's channeled information. Let's see. Astro, the term astro. Was that, is that the Jetsons? They said the Jeffersons might be significant. And then they show me Debbie Downer. Maybe somebody's name was Debbie Jefferson. They said Debbie Gibson. Musicianship, a guitar might be significant. They show me it was my time to go. Footprints are significant. They said that footprints and the serenity prayer might be significant. All right, dividends. The term dividends is significant, and then they show me grateful. So maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody is not grateful that they passed away, but grateful that they were able to get some money out of it. Now they show me Debbie Downer. Maybe a Debbie Downer has something to say about it. Okay, Sue's, Sue's. A suicide might be significant. Suicide Squad. The name Ben is significant. Eminem. They could have liked Eminem. They show me Mystic Martian, so that's clarifying the Eminem, that they liked Eminem. Specifically the song, I'm sorry, mama, I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. Maybe mommy is being a Debbie Downer because they know that it was not your time to go, or that's what they think. That's what they're showing. Adversity is underneath, adversity upside down. The cards did not want to be shown. They didn't want to be seen. All right, I'm sorry, mama, Eminem. The number 17 is significant. Cats in the Cradle, that song. A lost pet might be significant. I put that in question marks, and they put yes, Y-E-S. Quilted Northern might be significant, or the Northern Lights. They said Aurora as a name, Aurora Borealis. All right. Talking to Heaven. The name James might be significant. Victoria, Ellie, or Eli. Eleanor, Maxwell, Max. Good to the last drop. Oh, shit. They said maybe somebody didn't, I don't know. They show me good Maxwell House, go to the last drop, and this is what they're showing me. Fake as fuck. Melchizedek might be significant. Spiritual development, study, law of attraction. Now they're showing me the clue cards, the study. They show me a piano. I think in the study, they show me family room in the Kipper deck, which is the number 21. But it's upside down, so maybe, I don't know, 10, 14, the number 21 is out here underneath 21. They said 21 and over. What was his name? Jeff Chang? Miles, what was his name? Miles as a name, Jeff as a name. All right, so my death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to guilt. Somebody's feeling guilty, and of course it's both. Somebody's feeling guilty because they feel guilty. The person that they said murked is coming back to haunt them. For other people, they should not feel guilty because it's not your fault. They said the tundra is significant. Antarctica, they show me the letter P with a pig on it. I don't know, a farm, a frozen. They said frozen. Tundra, look, those boots are significant. And wearing coat like that. They said, like I said, Antarctica. It is not your fault. Now see, this always looks at the, like right here in the clouds, like a sword. See the handle? But everybody sees what they see. Everybody sees things differently. I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. And now they show me Debbie Downer. I wish I had told you how much I love you. They said, suddenly life has new meaning to me. Debbie Downer, denial. Now they show me sister upside down. Maybe somebody, and then they show me stoner. Somebody was in denial, perhaps, that somebody else was dying. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. They did not do that. You know what? Gratitude and grateful comes upside. There's no such thing as death upside down. They're telling me for some people, you know how some people pass away, and then their family members are upset at them for not telling them. And I'm always at two minds with that. But I understand from the patient's point of view, the person was dying. They did not, other person was in denial, so that they got the best. They said, giving you the best that I got. Anita Baker. And then they said, I need a baker, as in somebody needing a baker, maybe gratitude and denial. And that's what they're showing me. Maybe somebody passed away. Oh shit, they show me those movies, the Nonas. Italian Nonas are significant. Nona as a name? What was her name? Nona Gay? But the Italians spell it Nonna. But Nona as a name is coming through. Gratitude and denial. Maybe somebody, this is what's coming through for somebody. Adversity upside down. We are soulmates, and there's another cross. Yeah, it was my time to go. Yeah. We are soulmates. There's a lily in here. Stop blaming things. Stop blaming yourself for things that are not your fault. But hold on, before I go over into that energy, they're showing me, they're bringing up the movie Italian Nonas. So they said Nena. So abuela, yeah, different. And then sister upside down. Okay. So now they're telling me somebody was in denial that maybe, remember, I need a baker, giving you the best that I got, but somebody needs a baker because they were in denial that somebody was dying. And now there's no service. I don't know. Yeah. Now there's no service. And then they're saying power. There's no power. There's no current. Power, current, PC, and tech. Yeah, that's what they're telling me. Somebody was in denial, and look, they show me stoner, healer, or shaman. Somebody, maybe the stoner was in denial that you needed a baker. It is not your fault. I wish I had told you more often. Yeah, this is what's coming through right now. They said Little Italy is significant. I wish I had told you more often. I had told you I love you. They said maple. What is that? Maple leaf? The Toronto might be significant. They said Vermont is significant. I always get weird energy when I think of Vermont. That's what they show me. Doubt. Now, like I tell you, I don't always know everything. Only fools know everything. Okay, so now they're showing me grateful sister, service upside down. Stop blaming yourself for things that are not your fault. Somebody went to the service and didn't come back. Yeah, this is what they're showing me. Somebody went to the service and didn't come back. Stop blaming yourself for things that are not your fault. Depression. This was during the depression, and they were depressed about it. Sister. I'm getting sister from another mister, but I'm getting sister-in-law specifically. They said this is another energy, but it's closely related. They said Saving Private Ryan. I just finished watching Born on the 4th of July. So 47. Oh yeah, 47 is significant. They said 46 and 47. 44, 46 to 47. That's what they're telling me. Ages, but specifically, and then they're showing me the depression. So I can't remember when the depression was, but I'll put it in the notes. Yeah, that's what they're telling me. The person had depression. And then for somebody else, they were grateful. They were in the service, but they said, I don't know, for some people, friendly fire. And another set of people, you fell into depression and you were grateful to be sent home. So there's a lot of different energies out here. I want a family with you. They couldn't have it because the person didn't come home. Oh, man. That's real sad. My stomach is growling. There's no such thing as death. Even though that person is not here physically, you always knew that they never left you. 1, 3, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counting and miscounting is significant. That's what they show me. I was trying to count how many people are here, but they said you can pause it and count. But a miscount is significant. They said masculine, a miscount is significant. Masculine, they said, and of course, masculine is coming through. But a miscount they said a miscount is significant, but a misstep could be significant. And now they're showing me ancient. I didn't mean to say ancient. Oh shit, they're showing me Jumanji. This was upside down. But then they said Jumanji. Remember finding the game in the sand? They said Game of Thrones could be significant. Grateful. They are grateful they had courage. They are grateful you have courage. We are soulmates. Stop blaming. Look, stop blaming. So we are soulmates. Lily as a name. Lily as a flower. They said black sand is significant. Where is it? Hawaii, the Dutch, they said Aruba might be significant. Black sand is significant. They said black hourglass, hourglass. Cheers to cliches in the darkness. Okay. Let me see what else. Look, they're showing me a stoner doesn't work in a hospital anymore. Maybe they were caught. They said caught stoning. Stonewall as a name. They were stonewalled because my stomach is they said grok. And then they said a grotto, like a cave. A stoner does not work in a hospital anymore. Oh shit. But yeah, it's not a bad thing. A stoner does not work in a hospital anymore. And then they're showing me grateful. Depression. The hospital was giving them depression. They're grateful they don't work there anymore. There is no such thing as death. Maybe for some people, they're grateful that they understand this now. That's what I'm getting. And now they show me service upside down. Moving out of state. Stoner or works in a hospital. You don't have anything to feel guilty about. You don't have anything to feel guilty about, but it came upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 staircases. This looks like staircases to a parking lot, a parking garage. And then they're showing me the P again. So yeah, P for parking. P for whatever it stands for you, but P for parking. The stairs to the parking lot garage might be significant. You have nothing to feel guilty about, but it was upside down. Because like I said, it's both. Some people feel guilty because they should. They show me mercy, violet flame, and transmutation. There's a purple tie out here. And now they're showing me depression. For some people, they said you're dead to me. They said Kali Uchis might be significant. They said Coochie, my daughter, they said Coochie, Poochie, and Gucci. Somebody's sister is in depression. You see it's flipped up upside down? Somebody's sister is in depression. They said, you're dead to me. They found out some shit. And maybe it was during the depression. When we were watching another movie the other day, and they're telling me the Freedom Writers, that was a movie. The concentration, the Diary of Anne Frank, and the concentration camps are significant. They said concentration camps and what's the word? Colonizations, the colonies and the reservations. They show me the movie No Reservations. So what was her name? Aaron as a name, Catherine as a name, Jones as a name. You have nothing to feel guilty about, but it's upside down. Right next to we are soulmates. It's upside down. It wasn't the first time. Now, for some people, you have something to feel guilty about because this was upside down. Putting you through changes. They said going through changes. I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. Look at the point. They said center point. Northside Hospital for me, center point 1 and 2. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. But it was upside down. You don't want to learn. And so you keep learning the hard way. And now they're showing me depression. They said compression socks might be significant. Stoner works in a hospital. They don't anymore. Not anymore. They said nurse ratchet. Matter of fact, I go back to that reading. They said, oh shit. They said somebody was in denial about a nurse ratchet and it got deported. Oh, I meant reported. Look, now they're showing me the fucking flag. They said false flag, FF, friendly fire, false flags. Denial management might be significant. They're showing me it works in a hospital. I used to do patient access. Now they're telling me Grace. Grace as a band, Grace cock soup. They said denial. Like I said, denial management. They're showing me service upside down. Somebody was in denial that there was nurse ratchet. They said the good nurse, the good doctor, and the good wife. 2 are shows and 1 is a movie. You have nothing to feel Gillis, Guild. They said the Watchtower, Stoner works in a hospital. You reported something. They said if you see something, say something. Marta, MTA might be significant. They said $1 and a drink. Yeah, a Jamaican. They said I'm an Englishman. I'm a Jamaican in New York. Shinehead. A baldy might be significant. A skull cap, Scully. X-Files. See the X there? Maybe the X is Jamaican. Works in a hospital. Stoner. Denial. You have nothing to feel guilty about because you reported the nurse ratchet. Now they're showing me grateful, gratitude, courage. They're grateful that you had the courage to report. Look, they're showing me this. This is what they're finding out. There is no such thing as death. You're killing people for money. They're showing me Sue's suicide. They said Sue's rendezvous. What was that? Gramerton Avenue, 4th Avenue, 1st Avenue, 17th. They said 17. Oh shit. 2002 is significant. They are grateful. They're showing me grateful. I want a family with you. Yeah, this is what they fucking do. Tell you all sorts of bullshit. You have nothing to feel guilty about. They're showing me that whoever off somebody, it says snuffed out. A flame could be significant. Fire signs or, look, the violet flame. Violet as a name. Viola as a name. They said cue the violins and violas. What was her name? Monet? A Monet painting. They said Mary J. Blige, 914 could be significant, always. Now they're showing me depression. But like I said, compression socks might be significant. Whoever off somebody is finding out, they said dopey, no hole for frightened. There's a lot of different energies on the board. And that's what they said. Board games, BORED. You kill people for fun. They said shotters. Oh shit, they said Dexter. Moving Dexter. You work as whatever the fuck Dexter work as, a doctor or in the hospital, in the scrubs. They said ER, scrubs, a show. Grey's Anatomy, a show. Like I said, ER, scrubs, Grey's Anatomy, Chicago Fire, 911 as shows. Now you have to move out of town and out of state because they're showing me fired and evicted due to karmic consequences. You do feel guilty because you're finding out that there's no such thing as death. The person that your people that you oft are coming to see you. They said they're going to drag you. Ghost is significant. People were in service. Like I said, friendly fire. There's a whole bunch of different energies all over the board. They said all over the globe. Every time I see service, I think of the Parks Department. And I used to work at Arsenal West. Columbus Circle, significant. This fell down and it hit number 10. Yeah. They're showing me another 10 on the, what move, I don't know what reading that was, but another 10 is significant. Maybe another, I don't know, another 10 patients was assigned to them and now they're grateful. What movie was that? Now they're showing me, I think it was a cold case episode or, I don't know, cold case is significant. Grateful. They're grateful that their story is being told. It was not my time to go. Upside down. Footprints are significant. Like I said, beaches. What was her name? Barbara Hershey? Harsh? Yeah, you think this is harsh? How? These people are not alive anymore, but you think this is harsh. Okay. They said Hirsch, Emil Hirsch, Judd Hirsch. It was my time to go. Now they're telling me right here. Teal and violet flame. 11 and 12. I started this at 11. That's a justice card in the tarot deck. They are receiving their justice. It was my time to go. It's upside down. Like I said, footprints might be significant. So they show me a church. What was that movie? They show me, what's his name? Talk to Me. 𝂀LISSA'S. Talk to Me. He's British. But he plays a pastor, a progressive pastor. They're showing me P. That's coming through too. Maybe somebody was oft. Remember, snuffed out, oft. Yeah, and now they're showing me the pulpit. P for pulpit, P for passed on, P for pastor. They said a deacon. Astrology is significant because they're showing me Deacon Frost Blade might be significant. They're showing me Stoner works in a hospital. Now they're showing me out of time. He was a police chief. He was People's Shaft, Jeffrey Wright, Manchurian candidate. 𝂀LISSA'S, Talk to Me. P.D. Green. Green is a name, the green light. It was not my time to go. Gratitude. They're showing me. They're grateful. Oh, shit. This came up the right side. But when I flipped it out, when they wanted me to, it came out the right side. And I flipped it, when I put it back down, it was upside down. So for somebody, I'm getting like they're showing me Scrubs, works in a hospital. This is definitely hospital energy. Somebody that you used to be in a relationship with, but you're not anymore. And for other people, you were telling people that you were in a relationship with this person to off them. Now they're showing me 10. Mercy, violet flame. Mercy hospital systems. Mercy, they said Empress, ambulance, hospital services, labs, places of, they said worship, but I meant places of treatment centers. They said Davida, cancer centers and shit. Oh shit. Now they're showing me transitions, life changes, death and rebirth. This is who these people are. Fallen angels. Now, he's not a fallen angel, but this is what they're showing me. They're dressed up in white. They said, I can't take a knee because I'm wearing all white. So white and violet might be significant. Now they're showing me, like I said, violet as a nine might be significant. Gnome as a name. They said North Dakota, South Dakota. And now they're showing me the P again. Relationship. This is the flower of life. I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good. No, you're attracted. Trap. They said trap music. Setting a trapper keeper, they said. Depressions. Somebody, yeah, they're showing me somebody was in a relationship who was trapped and kept because they were in service. They were in the service. P for PTSD. And they're showing me my death was painless. Upside down. It was not painless. Vietnam is coming in heavy again. And then they're showing me P. The Potomac River, they said mystery. Mystery? They said Snoop, the Scooby-Doo van might be significant, the 70s, but I said Vietnam. But they're showing me P. They said privates, a private party, members only. They said Private Benjamin Moore Paints, Sherwin Williams, Benjamin Moore as names, as Benjamin as a name, Moore as a name, or Benjamin Moore as a name. Sherwin as a name, Sherwood, Williams as a name, or Sherwood or Sherwin Williams as names and as brands. All of that is coming through. Somebody, you used to be, it was my time to go. No, PTSD is coming in heavy. They said Normandy, 44 is coming in heavy, World War II. And then they show me too. It was my time to go. You had to go because this person was like, you know, they show me P for psychotic. Maybe they needed to see us. Born on the 4th of July is coming through. Vietnam, definitely. Apocalypse Now, Private Benjamin, born on the 4th of July. I'm going to put these in the channeled movies. Platoon, P for Platoon. Said Unbroken. I'm going to put this in here. Stoner. You don't have anything to feel guilty about. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's exactly what he was talking about in those war movies. Killing people in Vietnam or World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, whatever war, Vietnam, foreign and domestic. They're showing me James Brown. He was flying in a fighter pilot, P for pilot. Yeah, this is coming through heavy. Denial. And then for some people, they were denied their awards and stuff. Like a lot of different energies coming in through. Because I asked people, who wants to speak? Speak now or forever hold your peace. P for peace. P for P's and Q's. They said pints and quarts. You have nothing to feel guilty about. Maybe somebody was drinking because they had depression going through the war. War's up. They said Wolverine and Sabretooth. They went, yeah, and then they show me privates. They said private parts might be significant. They said the comfort girls. People could not get past the fact that they had to kill women, children, and other, at war. They couldn't get past that. They could not get past it. P for past. P for peace. P for patriot. Wow. They're showing me you have nothing to feel guilty about. Moving out of town and state. Some people had to go overseas. They said 13K miles overseas. Yeah, that's definitely Vietnam. Okay, works in a hospital. This is for the nurses, they said. People working in the infirmary. People in service. You have nothing to feel guilty about. But it was, and they know that, but it's hard. For some people, they know that, but it's still hard to move past. And for some people, they could not get past it. Could not get past it. They're showing me stoner. Healer, shaman. What was that? Dr. Strange. He went to see a healer, shaman. That's significant. Surgeon is significant. The Surgeon General. Yeah, they said Normandy. Norman. They said Norman Rockwell paintings. Then they said Time Magazine, National Geographic, Life. Oh, shit. Look, somebody went to war, but they didn't say anything, They didn't say anything. Maybe because they went to war, they didn't have a relationship anymore because they thought that they were crazy. They said, receive no support. Yeah, born on the 4th of July is definitely coming through. Platoon, Apocalypse Now. What was the other one that they're saying? They're saying Cuba is significant. Cuba, Carlito's Way. Al Pacino. You can call me Betty and I can call you Al. Look at this. Dirty Little Secrets. They said, we don't want your fake wars. Oh my God. Afghans might be significant. Afghanistan. The Gulf War might be, like I said, every war, any and every war, somebody's, look at this. Somebody, they said fighter pilots, P for pilot. It's not your fault. They're saying it's your destiny. For some people, they doubt that. They said, no diggity, no doubt. A black street, like I said, black tar, black street, black sand is significant. They said black rock. They said black rock, Boeing. They show me Bosie, Bose. Jamaicans say Bosie, meaning you show off. The ancestors are in denial that I'm a show off. Okay, because it's my destiny. Like I said, denial management. Oh, shit. And they said for some people, yeah, you went to war, came back to your country, some maimed, they said maimed, some handicapped, some dead, but you were denied benefits, denied dignity, denied, they show me the P again, pigs. You were treated like pigs. Oh, my God. They said the tundra is significant, frozen ground and, warming the ground to find whatever they need to find.